The book is Furious George by our friend George Karl, who spent many, many years, 27 years as a coach in the NBA, and he writes all about it. And, of course, George, you've kicked up a little bit of a hornet's nest with some of the excerpts from the book, and I know some of your former players have fired back at you. What was your reaction when you heard things from Kenyon Martin and some of the others, J.R. Smith?
I can't deny I was surprised. I thought there would be some pushback, but it was bigger and more intense and more angry than I thought it would be. Excerpts have a way of stimulating that part of the book. I think if a basketball fan reads the book, he'll enjoy the flow of the book, and there will be opportunities for him to figure out what I was trying to say. I don't want to sit here and give excuses for what I wrote, because I wrote what I wrote, and it's my feelings. It's my opinion, and it's maybe my interpretation of a coach-player relationship or coach-team relationship. And I think hopefully it'll stir a good conversation in time. Right now it seems to be a little emotional, and we'll see where it goes.
What sense did you have when you were coaching these guys that perhaps they didn't like you and there wasn't a good relationship?
I think I learned very early in my career that being liked and trying to be liked as a coach, you want to be liked, and but I think more than anything, you want to be accepted. You want to be accepted as a part of the team, the director of the team, maybe the leader of the team in a lot of ways. But there's too many situations that you're going to be liked by everybody, and I think today's game, it's game of basketball is a game of mistakes, and the coach is the guy who corrects those mistakes and criticizes those mistakes, and so it can wear out a relationship. There's no question about that.
Do you think I'm characterizing this correctly if I said it's an old-school, hard-nosed coach having a hard time getting along with the new player in the NBA? Would that basically summarize where the issues were?
Yeah, I can understand that commentary, but all the players that have gone angrily at me, we had good times too. And obviously the bad times maybe outweighed the good times, but in the same sense, we were very successful with Carmelo. Kenyon was one of my favorite defensive players ever to play the game. JR was explosive. He drove me crazy. I'm not going to deny he drove me crazy, but he was explosive, and I thought he had a lot of fun games with us.
Favorite player you ever coached in the NBA?
I'd say point guards. Right now, when you say that to me, I look at Nate McMillan, I look at Gary Payton, I look at Sam Cassell, I look at Andre Miller and Chauncey Billups and Ty Lawson. It seems like in the NBA, in the era that I've played in, is you kind of have more give and take with your point guard. You go after them a little bit more, you're more demanding of them a little bit more, and you talk the game with them a little bit more. So I would say if I had to pick one, it'd be I couldn't pick one. I'd pick probably Andre Miller and Nate McMillan.
Was there a common theme besides being point guards that ran through those guys as far as their personality?
Well, they were leaders. They took your team. Chauncey walked into our locker room, and within 2 weeks, everybody in the locker room knew we were going to be good. And I had no idea. I mean, it was one of the most amazing things I felt in my basketball time was this leadership, this good player, this point guard control, this guy who's been to the finals. All that stuff just exploded, and we became a very good team very fast.
What was your best experience as an NBA coach?
Oh, that's hard. I liked my last year in Denver when we won 57 games with a kind of a no-name team. But I think probably everybody's going to go back to the year you got beat by Michael. Yeah. You got to the finals. You had a hell of a series against Utah with Malone and Stockton, Payton and Kemp. That probably will always be the moment. I'm winning Game 7 in that 7-game series of the Western Conference Finals. I can still see some of the moments and some of the expressions of that series.
It's all in there. The book is Furious George. It's out. You can read it now. There's all sorts of good stuff. A very candid memoir by our friend George Karl. Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Good to have you again. Good to see you again.